The second strategy is to embrace both the waves of grief and the waves of productivity, because grief can be unpredictable. But the good news here is that grief is predictably unpredictable. Sadness, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, anger, or any other signs of grief tends to come in waves. You will need to embrace the waves and take time to feel those feelings or those waves. Once you've done that, the wave will pass and you'll feel much better. If the wave hits you at a time when you aren't to feel those feelings, maybe at work or in a group of people, you can sometimes delay them for a few minutes or an hour or even a day, but resist the urge to avoid them completely. The closer you are to the loss, the less likely you are to be able to hold back your emotions. And because this is just totally normal. If you're early in the process, take the time off that you need to let your emotions flow when they need to. Once a grief wave has worked its way through, it's usually followed by a wave of feeling somewhat normal and maybe even a little bit tired. And then you'll have a wave that comes where you have some energy and mental clarity. That's the time to get stuff done. But be kind to yourself. And to start with those small tasks that you can easily put down if another wave unexpectedly comes. Be sure to give yourself a daily routine with chunks of time that you can engage with your productivity, and times when you take a break, when you have a chance to feel what you need to feel. And depending on your schedule, these grief spaces may be between meetings, taking your lunch break in your car where you can have some privacy, or just leaving your evenings and weekends more open to process your grief. When you get a sense of some energy, get busy with the things that keep your life and your leadership moving forward. And as you go, you'll begin to see the waves when they tend to hit. Eventually, the waves will become smaller and further apart, and you'll find yourself getting more and more done. That's the sign of some healing starting to happen.